Chapter 18 Kings, Queens and Rulers.
Ashoka. Ashoka was one of the greatest rulers of India. He was the grandson of Emperor Chandragupta Maurya. Ashoka wanted to conquer a kingdom called Kalinga. So he attacked Kalinga and conquered it. The Battle of Kalinga, however, saddened Ashoka. The sight of the dead and wounded people made Ashoka realize that wars only caused destruction. He gave up wars and decided to follow the path of peace and non-violence as taught by Gautam Buddha. He also took many steps for the welfare of the people. For example, he built rest houses and hospitals for the people. Emperor Ashoka used to send his ministers to different parts of the kingdom to collect information about the well-being of his subjects. Ashoka was the first ruler to use rocks and pillars to communicate with his subjects. The royal commands of a king is known as an edict. Ashoka put up edicts in different parts of his kingdom. The edicts were engraved on rocks, pillars, and on the walls of caves so that people could read them. Akbar. Emperor Akbar was one of the greatest Mughal emperors. He ruled more than 400 years ago. He was a wise ruler. His court had learned people, great musicians, poets, painters, and artists. They were called the 9 gems or the Navratans of Akbar's court. Akbar's wise minister Birbal and the famous musician Tansen were 2 such Navratans. Akbar respected all religions. He is also known for his love of art and literature. He worked hard for the welfare of his people. Akbar got forts, places and many buildings, including the city of Fatehpur Sikri constructed. Shah Jahan. Emperor Shah Jahan was the son of Jahangir and the grandson of Emperor Akbar. When he became the ruler, the whole of North India was already under the Mughal rule. So, he turned his attention to the south. Many foreign travelers visited India during Shah Jahan's rule. They have written that people were happy and prosperous. Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal. It was built in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. Built of white marble, it has a dome in the center, with 4 minars at the corners. Shah Jahan also built the Red Fort and the Jama Masjid in Delhi. He also encouraged literature and art. Shivaji. Chhatrapati Shivaji was the greatest and the bravest of the Maratha rulers. He dreamed of building a strong Maratha kingdom. A fearless warrior, he captured many forts. Shivaji challenged Aurangzeb, the Mughal emperor. He stood in the way of Aurangzeb's plan to expand the Mughal empire in the south. Aurangzeb sent his general Shahisti Khan to capture Shivaji. Shivaji, however, defeated Shahisti Khan. Then Aurangzeb sent the Rajput general Jai Singh to defeat Shivaji. Jai Singh defeated Shivaji. Later, Aurangzeb imprisoned Shivaji. However, Shivaji managed to escape and reach his capital Raigad. From there, he continued his conquests. He was able to capture many forts in the Deccan region. Ahilya Bai Holkar. One of the greatest queens of her time, Ahilya Bai Holkar ruled over the Malwa kingdom of the Marathas. Women in those days were not allowed to go to school, but her father taught her to read and write. Ahilya Bai protected her kingdom from thugs and plunderers by personally leading armies to battle. During her rule, Indore developed into a beautiful city. Ahilya Bai built many rest houses, forts and roads. She also built many wells and tanks across her kingdom. Rani Lakshmi Bai. Rani Lakshmi Bai is famous in history for her courage. She was one of the important figures of the Great Revolt of 1857. She was married to Gangadhar Rao, Maharaja of Jhansi. After the death of her son, Rani Lakshmi Bai adopted a son. However, the British did not recognize the right of the adopted son to be the next king. So, After the death of the Gangadhar Rao, the British decided to capture Jhansi. Lakshmi Bai was determined not to give up Jhansi. Along with her faithful warriors, she fought bravely against the British. It is believed that on the day the British army entered Jhansi, Rani Lakshmi Bai took up arms, strapped her son to her back, held the reins of her horse in her mouth, and fought using swords in both her hands. However, the British won. Rani joined Maratha general Tatya Tope and reached Gwalior, but she died in the battle with the British when they came to capture Gwalior. She was only 23 then. She indeed was a brave daughter of India.